Will there be rate increases in the workers' compensation market going into the second half of 2022 and into 2023? We're going to answer that question right now. Hi, Ryan Hanley here, founder and president of 𝗨𝗏, where we do insurance differently, specifically by giving you knowledge and information to make the right insurance decision. Now, when it comes to the workers' compensation market, for the last 5+ years, rates have been relatively flat, and in some cases, workers' compensation premiums have actually gone down. Now, you may not have felt that because oftentimes you look at your insurance premiums as a whole and not just individual policies. But I will tell you, on average, across the country, workers' compensation premiums have, unlike things like commercial auto and commercial property, stayed relatively flat and in some industries actually gone down, which is a good thing. Now, the question today is, will those premiums continue to stay low, or are we going to see rate increases? Now, generally, what we're hearing from our carriers and from market leaders and kind of strategists that look out over this and provide detailed surveys and results, because we spend a lot of time with our clients kind of digging into reports, just kind of knowing what's coming, right? It's always a good idea to know what's on the horizon. There are no real indicators that comp is going to change substantially. That being said, we are technically in a recession. It's kind of an odd recession for sure, but we're technically in a recession. And in general, the world just feels a little dicey. Rates, Fed pushing up rates. Inflation is an issue. And there are a few trends that I want to discuss that you should be aware of. That being said, we don't see drastic increases in workers' compensation premiums coming in the future on a standardized level. Now, if you're having tons of claims or doing something really crazy like dynamite manufacturing, then yeah, your rates are probably going to be a little higher. That being said, on average, kind of peer-to-peer, we're not seeing major increases, or no one is projecting major increases, maybe slight. Now, the things that are impacting workers' compensation in general are going to be a general shift in labor, flexible work hours, work from home. There's all kinds of different part-time scenarios, full-time scenarios where, just in general, the standard, I punch in at 8:30, I punch out at 4:30, everyone works the same hours, everyone takes a lunch break at the same time. Like that type of work schedule is kind of gone the way of the dodo. And for that reason, there are some variations in work and people traveling a little more, taking personal trips in the middle of the day because they have flex hours and stuff like that. And what are the ramifications of those kinds of things? There's a lot of people striking out to become contractors on the side, starting side hustles. How does that impact? So there's all kinds of labor related kind of to the flex, specifically around the topic of flexibility, that are impacting workers' comp. And we just want to make sure that our policies are set up correctly, especially if we're in multi-state type environments where we have employees in multiple states. There are some nuances to that, and we want to make sure those are covered. There will be some wage inflation. Wages in general are predicted to go up. There's a national push for a $15 minimum wage. Just cost of living goes up, and if cost of living stays higher, as it seems like it will, at least for the time being, you're going to get a lot of employees pushing back for raises, and to keep good talent, you may have to pay more. That's going to increase workers' compensation premiums, since remuneration or ultimately salary is a major driving factor in the cost of workers' comp. And the last is just the gig economy, people doing small side hustles, Uber Eats, these kind of things. How does that impact workers' comp is really yet to be seen. That hasn't shaken out. The key with workers' comp in general is run a safe business. Have a good, make sure you're partnered, or make sure you have chosen a good carrier, make sure your policy is set up correctly, and then after that, run a safe business. Work with an agency like 𝗨𝗏, which can help you find ways to mitigate claims and put safety procedures in place, or something like a nurse triage program if you have a larger employment base that potentially has claims that happen a little more frequently. Nurse triage can be a great tool, and we can help you set that up. So if you're running a safe business, you are going to be okay when it comes to workers' comp in the vast majority of cases. So make sure you have a good company, make sure you run a safe business, If this is the kind of relationship that you'd like to have with your insurance professional, we would love to work with you. Best way to get a hold of us is just to give us a call, 518-960-6600. We work in all 50 states, so wherever you are, we can come to you. You can email us, gorogue@roguerisk.com. You can visit us online at roguerisk.com, or I'm sure there's a button or a link somewhere around this video. Whichever way you choose, we look forward to working with you.